You know when you've been hanging out with your favorite cousin over the holidays and they are leaving, as happy as you are that they get back home, you're a little sad and you almost want to cry. That's how I felt this week watching the Brave Warriors head over to South Africa, Richelieu Eagles heading over to the West Indies. However, they're doing it all for us in Namibia and we keep doing it all for you right here on Sport Rap. Let's get into the hit list. My name's when they play Lesotho in an international friendly tomorrow. The team took off yesterday to play Lesotho on Saturday in what is expected to be a thrilling clash against one of Africa's small nations. Namibia will battle Liberia and Tunisia in World Cup qualifiers next week. It is a very good chance for us to get some game time before we head into the crucial qualifiers. We do not underestimate Lesotho because we know they are a good team. I expect the players to give their 100% commitment in this one, Benjamin said. The team will head into the match topping the qualifiers after being awarded 3 points against an Equatorial Guinea side that was penalized for using a player that was not supposed to play due to dual nationality. Namibia Sports Commission Chief Administrator Freddie Muya said the team is expected to perform. We wish the team well and hope that they can deliver results. It is an important time for the nation to stand behind the team, which will give them a confidence boost, Muya said. Now let's have a look at the squad on your screen. It is Lloyd Kadapwa, Kamayinda Ndisiro, Jonas Mateos as goalkeepers, defenders Ivan Kamberipa, Charles Hambira, Rian Hanamub, Tuli Nashikwa, Shipe Karwombe, Arend Abubakir, Erasmus Ikienge, Paulus Amutenya, Edmund Kambanda, midfielders Edma Kamatuka, Romeo Kasume, Dion Hoto, Aprocius Petrus, Moses Shidolo, Erastus Kalula, Ndijareira Maherero, Lawrence Doseb, Fares Haidula, Ben Namib, Punaike Kashimune, David Ndeonyama, Rikambura Munjua. And the forwards are Gonzalez, Tsubeb, Peter Shalulile, Betu Mudeo, Cleopas Iseb, McCartney Navaseb. We certainly wish the Brave Warriors all the best in this weekend's preparation match for next week's World Cup qualifiers. Now, the PST Bet NFA Cup fixtures originally scheduled for this weekend in Mariental have been postponed until the Brave Warriors complete their World Cup qualifiers against Liberia and Tunisia. Now, the Brave Warriors will also be participating in the 2024 COSAFA Cup, which will take place from 14 to 25 June in Durban, South Africa. PST Bet NFA Cup play will resume once the Brave Warriors complete their World Cup qualifier and COSAFA Cup obligations. Caribbean Cricket Joe is the name of NMH's on-the-scene coverage of the upcoming T20 World Cup, the journey of Namibia's Eagles team, and the incredible vibe that will go with it. NMH's Richard Botha, after his previous experiences at the last two Rugby World Cups, 2019 in Japan, 2023 Le Rugby Joe in France, will this time be joined by our sports team coordinator, the one and only Brian Monango. Now, the pair will aim to offer as much behind-the-scenes coverage as possible of the Namibian Eagles, who at their third consecutive ICC T20 World Cup will aim to deliver similar highlights to the 2021 Emirates tournament, where they reached the Super 12 with victories over Netherlands, Ireland and Scotland, followed by 2022 in Australia, where they shocked heavyweights Sri Lanka before heartbreaking losses to Netherlands and the Emirates. Now, the Namibians opened their campaign against Oman and Scotland 4 days later before clashes with Group B heavyweights Australia and England. We will be in attendance at every Namibian match, also in the hours leading up to the start, and we'll share as much as we can about the atmosphere and the flavor of the crowd, Botha says. Our coverage of the Group B teams matches will also include the big one between Australia and England, which always delivers that special Ashes rivalry behind the scenes. We'll also share interviews and our experiences of the local culture, including food and lifestyle observations from our time in Barbados 1 to 10 June, and then Antigua as the teams travel there 10 to 16 June. Now, the content will be shared on NTV's daily shows, among other platforms. Botha says the heat in the West Indies and the 6-hour time difference with Namibia, days in the Caribbean start later, will be among the challenges that they will have to manage. The winners of Republicane's ever popular Bridal Couple of the Year competition competition for 2024. Simon and Shange Iyamba will also accompany Richard and Brian to Barbados until 10 June as part of their winning prize. Now, the Caribbean is more than a destination. It's an experience and the beginning of a shared adventure. Now, rugby. FNB Western Suburbs have their work cut out when they host a wounded FNB Kudu's rugby team on Saturday at Suburbs Park in Khomasdao. The Green and Whites have recorded only one win so far this season against 6 defeats and are placed 8th, one above the bottom of the log, Simonis Storm Dolphin, with just 7 points from 7 matches. Unbeaten log leaders FNB Unam dominated Suburbs by 57-11 last Saturday. Coach Jackie Bock admits that his team is definitely not where they would normally be. This is a tough season for us, having lost 14 players to other clubs or due to retirements. The depth of our squad is an obvious problem. The visiting Kudus are placed 3rd on 25 points. Now, the Walvish Bay club recorded 5 wins and 2 losses so far. Unam was also the side that subdued Kudus 35-22 at home in their last appearance before last weekend's bye. The two sides share a rich history. It was, for example, 11 years ago that Kudus loose forward Ernesto Bumpton got married earlier in the day and made haste from the ceremony to come and score the winning points for his side against Western Suburbs in a match at Naraville Stadium. Now, his bride, still wearing her wedding dress, joined him moments later on the sideline in celebrating this victory. Now, Suburbs were also the team that shattered the Kudu's winning streak last season. We'll be looking forward to seeing how that goes. However, NTV will be showing the Wanderers game. Do not miss it live tomorrow. So let's talk cycling. The mixed, oh my goodness, this is not cycling. We're actually going to talk mixed martial arts. Imagine if cycling was a mixed martial arts. Okay. The Mixed Martial Arts Amateur IMM AF Africa Championship reaches its semi-finals today at the Hybrid Fitness Center in Windhoek. Damian Muller, the defending senior African flyweight champion, 56.7 kilograms, won his quarter-final fight against Mauro Silva of Angola yesterday. Now, Muller dominated from the first round. He pinned Silva on the floor in the second round and took him down with a series of blows to the head. The fight was stopped with a technical knockout, TKO decision, marking Muller's second victory in this championship. Now, Silva was the African bantamweight champion in 2023, weight limit 61.2 kgs. Wanting to add another gold medal in a different weight class to his collection, he decided to lose weight for the flyweight division. Now, Muller knocked out Zambia's Jonathan Banda in his first fight on Tuesday night. In the semi-finals, Muller could face either Mafuano Mbungo Angola, Daniel James, South Africa, or Oba Kenga Mahuru from South Africa. Now, Mbungo eliminated Daniel Mulemba of Zambia. James defeated Anele Chinembiri of Zimbabwe, and Mahuru overcame Eliasa Makonda of the Democratic Republic of Congo. All right, now let's talk about cycling. Vera Looser and Alex Miller showcased Namibian cycling to the world stage with outstanding performances at the UCI Mountain Bike Marathon World Cup Series in the Czech Republic this week. At the first leg of the World Cup Series in Nove Mesto na Morave, Looser won gold in the elite women's marathon, finishing 29 seconds ahead of Leia Chemkevich of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Now, Rosa van Doorn of the Netherlands came third, more than a minute behind Looser. We love to see it when Vera Looser gets it done, which is why after the break in the athletes world, we've got Brian Munango's interview with her.
Month-end magic time at WB. Get 4 Knorr 50-gram soup packs for just $19.99. 2-liter WB HB cooking oil for only $64.99. 1-liter Clover Ultra UHT milk for $19.99. 750-gram Crossan Blackwell mayonnaise for $37.99. And 1 kg Jungle Oats for just $39.99 when you use your Smart Buy card. See more unbelievable deals at www.vurmanbrock.com. We care.
Okay, well, this is episode 2 of Athletes World, and you guys are probably wondering, who are we having at IGG Trails? And we have none other than Vera Looser. Vera, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay, before we do get into this conversation, just so you guys know, Vera won the Namibian Sports Commission Awards Sportswoman of the Year. Okay, Vera, let's just run through that. How was last year for you, sports-wise, winning the Sportswoman of the Year award? Yeah, what did it take for you last year?
Yeah, I mean, to win the Sportswoman of the Year, you have to have a whole year of good performances, which
Exactly.
I really did have.
Yeah.
I had a phenomenal year last year. I started with winning the national champs in January on the road bike, then going to South Africa, winning the Cape Epic, which is also known as the biggest mountain bike race in the world, comparable to the Tour de France on the road. And then from there I went to Europe. I raced there quite a few races. I won the Swiss Epic, which is the European Cape Epic. And then I won my first World Cup in France in September. So yeah, it was a really good year. And then in October I broke my hand. So I had a little bit of a break there, which was maybe good because now I can go in full swing into this year again.
Wow. Just a few of the achievements. I mean, Switzerland Epic. How was that? We watched that on TV and we were cheering for you the whole way because we had to cover it all the way from here. And we saw you guys were in a team. You guys had a two-man team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and the roads looked epic. But yeah, tell us about that. How long was it, like the distance-wise, and how did you enjoy it?
Yeah, the Swiss Epic is 5 days and the distances are between 60 and 100 kilometers a day, but with a lot of climbing. They have different climbs there than we have here. They have the Alps. And yes, it's a two-person team. So I was racing with my Mauritian friend Kim Lacourt that I also raced the Cape Epic with. And yeah, we just have a phenomenal partnership which really helps in those races. And then somehow we could pull it off. I always thought I'm not a good climber, but I think since I moved to Switzerland a few years ago, I really had to improve in that. So now my climbing skills are much better.
Much better. Okay, then let's talk about where it all began for you. When did you get into cycling and
I've been cycling for a long time already. I started as a little girl. If I see the little girls now riding, I'm like, that's where I started. So I started with the age of 8, and I always enjoyed cycling. My brother was doing it, my bigger brother, and what he can do, I can also do. So I had to go into cycling. I also did a few other sports like swimming. I tried all kinds of sports, but then, cycling just stick to me. Like it's such a nice sport. It's outdoor. You can do it with people. I just love it. So at a point I had to decide what I wanted to do, and then I decided for cycling, and I think that was definitely the right decision.
And you went for it and you stayed on track till today.
Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of origins, where do you originate from? Where do you come from? Where did you grow up in? You said you're cycling from a young age. Where did you grow up? When did you move to Switzerland and all of that?
I grew up in Windhoek.
Okay.
Born and raised in Windhoek. I went
City girl.
Yes, City girl. I went to the German school here, finished my school there. After that, I went to South Africa to study there. Always took my bike with. And then I met my now husband in South Africa, and he is from Switzerland. That's how I ended up in Switzerland.
Okay.
So it was the next step to go there. The racing in Europe is just so much better and so much more competitive. So if you want to do the next step, you have to go there. So for me, it was like the next step, but I also enjoy it, but I still love coming back to Namibia.
Okay, well, and your husband is a well-decorated cyclist as well, mountain biker. I don't know, what do we call you guys? Is it cyclist, is it mountain biker, or is it a bit of both?
I think Connie is definitely a mountain biker, pure mountain biker, marathon mountain biking. Actually, it's a longer distance.
Yeah.
I love my mountain bike marathon. I'm actually also really good at it, but I do road races as well, like the 2 Olympics I've been to, that was on the road bike. So I have a soft spot for that as well. But I like the balance. I think it's also good for one to not only do one thing, but I would say my heart is still on the mountain bike.
Mountain bike. I think Alex said the same thing when we spoke about what he is, and he classified himself as an all-around person, but preferably the mountain biking is where it's at. But yeah, your husband is a well-decorated mountain biker, and you are as well. Tell me, how do you guys complement each other? Did you learn a lot from him? Do you guys work out together? Because, I mean, you guys complement each other so well when it comes to the racing.
Yeah, I think I definitely learned a lot of him. I mean, I got to know him when I was 20.
Okay.
and we've been together for almost 10 years now,
Ooh.
so quite a long time. And
Okay.
he is a little bit older than me, so he has had those 4 years of more experience already.
Yeah.
So when I met him, my training got so much more professional.
Okay.
I started eating better, recovering better. It's all of these things. Cycling is not about what you do on the bike. It's
Okay.
actually a 24/7 job. You have to look that you eat right, that you sleep right, that you recover, that you train right. It's the
Okay.
whole package. And I think doing that together with your partner, it's so much easier then.
Yeah.
Because if you had a partner that just wants to go party every night,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, but I have to go to bed at 9 because I have to go race tomorrow morning at 6.
That'll be a problem.
It won't work. So like this, we really complement each other. He knows what I need. I know what he needs.
Yeah.
He helps me in so many aspects. He cleans my bikes. He fixes my bikes. He
Yeah.
helps me with all of that stuff. I maybe help him a little bit with making food or something. I think he helps me more than I help him. But it's a give and take, right?
Yeah, it's a give and take.
So I think we found a good way that works for us.
Okay, does it ever become competitive on the race bike?
I think because I'm a woman and he's a man,
Yeah.
I know I'm the weaker one.
Yeah.
But sometimes if we do intervals together and I'm on the road bike and he's on the mountain bike and I can really hurt him,
Yeah.
I do like that.
Okay, well, I mean, there must be room for a bit of competition.
Yes.
But yeah,
It's a healthy competition.
Healthy
though.
competition, definitely. Speaking of plans for the year, 2024, what can we expect from Vera Looser? What are your plans for this year? What do you plan on doing and improving on this year?
Yeah, so this year is a big year again. It's Olympic year, it's 2024. I started my season in Namibia, which also has the reason because Windhoek is actually on altitude, so it's really good for training. It's
Okay.
good for base training beginning of the year. Lucky me that the Namibian national champs were end of January, so I could squash that in as well.
Recovered your title, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Congratulations to Vera Looser. Got the title back.
Thank you. And then I'm leaving to South Africa next weekend, and then I'll start my mountain bike season there. I'll have a first stage race, 4-day stage race, and then another 1-day stage race, and it's all as preparation for the Cape Epic again. Unfortunately, I can't race the Cape Epic with Kim Lacourt again.
Okay.
She is moving to the road bike more this
Okay.
year, which is quite a bummer because we had a
You
really
guys
good
had a
partnership.
Good partnership, definitely.
But I think I've found a worthy partner. It's not out who it is yet,
Okay.
so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay.
And then that will definitely be my first big season highlight. And then from there, I'll go back to Europe and I want to compete at the Marathon World Cup, which is more between April and beginning of June. And then end of July, beginning of August are the Olympic Games that I hopefully qualify for.
Okay.
So Namibia has a spot for that already. But now internally of Namibia,
Yes.
I still have to prove myself. I think I'm on a good way, but it's not my decision to make.
Okay.
And that's August, and then another big race for me will be the Marathon World Champs,
Okay.
Mountain Bike Marathon World Champs in September in America.
Wow.
So I have big goals for there.
Wow, okay.
Let's see what I can do.
And then Nedbank Desert Dash, obviously. That's
Yeah.
are you also doing that this year?
I mean, my husband Connie, he loves coming to Namibia for that.
Yeah.
It's his favorite race of all time.
We all know. Trust me, we all know it's his favorite race.
So
Yeah.
he already said it's his 10th month, so he has to come back for
He
it.
has
And
to.
I mean, if he comes, I also have to come.
Okay.
I'm considering maybe doing it solo, maybe not. I'll see how the year unfolds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always such a good vibe at the Nedbank Desert Dash. So if I'm here, I have to do it.
I mean, it's his 10th Nedbank Desert Dash, so I think it will only make it sweeter if you are also involved in it.
Yeah,
Most
especially,
probably.
I mean, the reason why he's coming back to do it is because of me, because he got the Namibian connection. from
You
me.
know. So it only makes sense that you are there with him. Okay, so before we do not let you leave, not yet. I don't think so. But we have this thing where we always ask our guest on the show to give out a message to the young riders. I mean, we do have young cyclists that are out there that you do inspire, that look at you, that stand and look up at you. Yeah, what message do you have for them? What word of advice would you give to the youth?
Sure, I mean, Namibian cycling is really growing, especially with youngsters, and I love seeing it. There needs to be an next Vera Looser in a few years, or even now already, they can come, they have to come. But they just have to keep going. It's such a beautiful sport. Go out, just ride your bike, take your friends with. Don't do it alone. It's so much nicer if we can do it together.
Yeah.
But most importantly, just have fun.
Most importantly, just have fun. I think we've got accustomed to those words now, guys. Like it's being said, most importantly, just have fun. How does, my question is, how does your daily how does your daily day go about? How does your day look like on a daily basis, like in the morning to before you go to bed?
I get up around 6, depending on what time I go on the bike. If I go with people, sometimes I want to go earlier, so I have to get up earlier. And then I train, say, 3 to 5 hours a day. Then I come home, I have a recovery shake, I have lunch, then maybe I still have gym in the afternoon. Then I still work. I have online work that I can do, so in the afternoon I still sit in front of the laptop.
Okay.
And then in the evening it's usually still some stretching or yoga, and then I'm usually off to bed quite early.
You worked hard for your money, and DSTV gives you a lot more to enjoy for a lot less than you think. So rather than fast food just for you, how about entertainment for the whole family? Instead of date night with your bae, how about countless nights for you, bae, and the kids? And don't settle for a few hours with your homies. Settle in with over 720 hours of the best entertainment on the continent.
Triple drum roll.
We've got everything, including movies, series, sport, kids,
Totally awesome.
and local shows.
I'm here.
Watch on the go with DSTV Stream and control your entire account with the My DSTV app. Enjoy incredible extras like crystal clear HD, box office, and catch up. And with so many different package options, there's something to suit every pocket. DSTV, a lot more to enjoy for a lot less than you think.
All right, so that's it for today's Sport Wrap. As you know, tomorrow, Sport Wrap Studio from 10 a.m. right up until 7 p.m. You have no reason to not be with us. We've got an NSSR clash for you, we've got an NRU clash for you, and we've got all the latest sports news. But I'm not going to leave you just like that. I'll leave you in the very capable hands of Arrie as he takes us globe-trotting. Cheers.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's the end of week 1 in Roland Garros, the French Open. News from the men's side is that Casper Ruud, number 7 seed, he's had a tough 5-set game against Alejandro Fokini, but he beat him. It is Casper Ruud, number 7 seed, through to the 4th round. Then also Helge Rune, number 13 seed, also a very competitive game for him. Also a 5-setter, that went to 7-6, a tiebreak in the 5th set, beating Fabio Coelho, also to go through to the next round. 2 more seeds that's through to the next round is Alex de Minaur of Australia. He's 11th seed, and also Taylor Paul. He's also through and still in the tournament together with Novak Djokovic, the number 1 seed. On the women's side, it was Mira Andreeva. She's very young still. She's 17 years old. She beat Victoria Azarenka. She's the 19th seed. She's beat her in 3 sets, 7-5 in the 3rd set. A great achievement by Andreeva. She's from Russia. And then Emma Navarro of America, 22nd seed. She beat Sara Irani, 6-2, 7-5, also to advance to the next round. The top 3, top 4 in the tournament, actually still in the tournament in week 1. In the women's side, Iga Swiatek, also Reina Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, and also Coco Gauff, all of them still in the tournament going into week 2. Moving on to golf news, it is the women's USPGA that's started. First round is done. The big news there is that Nelly Korda, the world number 1, really struggled in the first round. She played 80, that is 10 over par, and on one hole, par 3, she played 10 shots. That was for just that hole, 7 over par. Leading at the moment is Yuko Sada of Japan, 2 under par 68. The score's not too low. It is a thick, rough and difficult greens at the golf course, and that is in Lancaster in Pennsylvania. Southern African interest, a good performance by Cassandra Alexandra in the first round, as she's tied for 15th with a score of 71. That is just 1 over par. Also Ashley Buhai of South Africa, 74. She played 4 over par. And to conclude today's international sports news, it's a T20 World Cup for men that will start over the weekend. That is in New York or in America and in the West Indies. It's the opening game that will actually be in Texas, in Dallas. It's America, one of the hosts, the co-host, that will play against Canada. That is on Sunday. Namibia open their tournament. That is on Monday early morning, 2:30 in the morning. That game is, they play against Oman, and that game played in Barbados. And then South Africa also in the tournament, and they will play their first game also on Monday. That will be against Sri Lanka. And that game is late in the afternoon. That is 4:30. That is a better time because it's played in New York. Captain for South Africa in the tournament is Aiden Markram, and he was also the captain 10 years ago of the under-19 South African team that won the under-19 World Cup. Good players in the team for South Africa that played well in the IPL. That is some to mention is Tristan Stubbs and also Heinrich Klaassen. South Africa will rely strongly on them. In South Africa, besides playing Sri Lanka, they will also play the Netherlands, Nepal and Bangladesh. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day and sport weekend, and we talk international sport again on Monday. Goodbye.